Hello everyone, welcome to the Valorous Training Center YouTube channel. I am Mark Entrata, 47 years old, first degree black belt under the first Super Grand Slam winner, actually the originator of the Super Grand Slam, Professor Cobrina Charles. And I have been doing Jiu-Jitsu for around 24 years. I've been teaching for around 15 years, and I am the head of Alliance Jiu-Jitsu Manila. And let's get to it. The topic for today is you, yes you, are again, you are not special. So if you have a fragile ego, like, how dare you then congrats. First, you're emotionally unstable and you need to seek help. And you are, see, this is what happens when people think they're special. They become entitled and delusional. Perfect combination. Now, why is this very important? Because I've seen so many people not reach their potential because, or even achieve something above average, just because they have that delusion that they are special. Now, super quick story, has nothing to do with jiu-jitsu or anything. Because this is also what happens. That the danger, because the danger of, that's the thing, the danger of thinking you're special is that, and the likelihood that you are not, which is, yeah, pretty much, is that you will eventually fail. You will lose things. You will, super quick story, one of my friends, super rich. I'm not gonna name his name, but he's like, his family's super rich. But I remember when we were in high school and college. So I was thinking, all right, dude, this dude's like super loaded and stuff. Okay, they own a chain of motels. So he would tell us that that time, or even a little bit earlier, when he would really be the one cleaning the rooms. He was basically a room boy or whatever it is. He was putting in the work. He was saying, oh, I was brushing the walls of the restroom, shower areas, whatever. It's like, dude, I thought you guys were rich. We're not rich, and I don't do that. Not even my own house. Then also, whenever we go to his house, that's why his house is like the most. Hey, we're gonna hang out in At's house. Why? Why? Because when we go there, there's no junk food, there's no canned goods. It's only real food. Like, brother, what are you doing with your money? But now he was able to not just maintain, but he ventured into other businesses, etc., etc. Why? Because he wasn't made to believe that he was special. That he's like, hey, we're rich. You don't need to do anything. And I know so many people also who went the other route. They came from a rich family. Then they really lived their life that, just chill. No hard work, no real resistance to anything. And later on, they're losing the money. They're losing the business. They're losing. Why? Because they thought they were special. They thought they weren't bound by the rules of how things work. And that's the thing. See, with jiu-jitsu or anything else, the moment you think you're special and you can do just half the work, or in the long run, that's going to cost you. Sure, if you compete, maybe at white belt and even at the blue belt level, you may find some type of success with probably your physicality, or even, yeah, maybe you are special. Chances are you're not, though. But maybe now you find a little bit of success in the low levels. Now you have this delusion that you're amazing, you're better than everyone else, or yeah, you're special. Now you kind of cut down your, like, I don't need to do whatever. I was also having a discussion with some of my friends the other day. So they're also into music. They're into yeah, like anything, like sports. And we were discussing that yes, we all agreed that up to us natural talent, meaning something here, the way you, and if you're born physically with, yeah, whether it's the height for the sport that you want, the fast twitch or slow twitch muscles you have for the sport that you want or interested in, yes, so those are natural gifts. But natural talent will really just get you up to at the highest level, an amateur level. Or maybe you can eke out as a slightly pro, but you won't make a living out of pure talent alone. And this is where we see whatever, whether it's sports, that really when you analyze it, those who make it to the pros were really just average people or above average who just kept working hard. And a lot of those who actually had potential and talent, they fall off at the lower levels because they thought shouldn't do that. They can get away. But later on, they're going to realize no. Now, if they realize that, oh, I'm not exempt, then great. Yeah. But again, if you surround yourself with yes men and all these, you become delusional. Oh no, it's the referee's fault. It's your coach's fault. It's everyone else's fault. You're talented. You should get paid. You should come on, bro. Laziness will not get you anywhere. People become lazy when they think they're special. You know who my favorite basketball player of all time is? Uh, I think it's kind of obvious. It's the guy. You know that guy? He's Ben Wallace. See, not a lot of you even know who he is, but he's one of the hardest working players ever. He he doesn't even average in his career. He didn't even average more than 10 points per game in a season, but he did the hard work that not a lot of people wanted to do: rebounds, steals, blocks. He eventually won a championship. See, that's why I have the Detroit Pistons 2004 championship team, and he was the heart and soul of the team. Now he worked so hard. You watch interviews of other people, and even they will always say, "Oh, Ben was there ahead of everyone else, and then he's the last one to leave the chat." But most of you still don't know who he is. But then there's Allen Iverson, who maybe some of you guys know, one of the best players ever. So fun to watch him. Very smooth there. But he's never won anything. Like, he got to the final. Yes, I know you're gonna. Oh, but it's a team sport. Yeah, but he's also notorious for not wanting to practice because he was already banking on his natural abilities, and of course the mid-level work he did. Because again, you can't make it to the pros as just with talent. So he did work, but definitely not as hard as someone like Ben Wallace. But then we have the Kobe Bryants and the Michael Jordans. Okay, I'm not even gonna name LeBron. Why? Because I don't know, maybe Arthur Morey is watching this video, and I don't want to get a message from you. Ah man, I can't believe you even mentioned LeBron alongside Kobe and Jordan. Yeah. Arthur, I don't want that smoke with you, brother. So no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just gonna stick with Jordan and Kobe. See, those guys had the talent, the innate ability. Whether it's innate or something they all, I think Kobe still learned more than instinct, and I think Jordan was more instinctive. So regardless, but they also put in the work. That's why they're legends, and that's how you become a legend. Because you can work so hard, doesn't matter how hard you work, but We also have limitations and stuff. And you will always you now with hard work, you can beat people who are more talented than you in the long run. Maybe in the beginning, no. That's why in the white belt, blue belt level, you'll wonder, oh, I used to beat these guys before. But then at the higher levels, you're like, but because if your work ethic doesn't change, but theirs have always been higher than yours or better than yours, then you will lose later on. Just because you thought you were special. The main problem with thinking you're special is this, that you become entitled and delusional. I know a lot of your parents tell you, oh, you're special. No. The moment you have that mentality, you're just going to be lazy. You're going to be complacent. So have that mentality that you're everyone else. You want to achieve something, then you have to do what the others are doing to achieve the same thing. If you want to achieve more, then you have to do more. That's it. Super simple. I've man, I've had a few students, well, former students, would go up to me, oh, I'm blah blah blah. My favorite is when they go, again, new student. I want to learn jiu-jitsu. I want to eventually compete because I'm built different. I've dominated all the other endeavors in my life, and because I'm built different. Guess who's not built different? Them. And guess who eventually quit jiu-jitsu after what? A few months. Them. Why? Because they're delusional. They thought that jiu-jitsu was easy. I'm like, what sport did you do before that you dominated apparently? And then they would mention, man, like low-level leagues and stuff. So basically in jiu-jitsu terms, oh, you won a local tournament. At what? The white belt or blue belt level at the highest. So no, brother, you did not dominate the sport. You won an insignificant. But that's what happens, people become delusional, then they surround themselves with all these enablers and nut huggers. Oh man, you're the best. Oh, and then your parents come in and thinking that, oh yeah, you should get paid, you should do it. I'll see you guys in 5 years. Some don't even last. Like, wait a minute. Just because they thought they were special. So stop it, man. If you want to be successful, if you want to take things to the next level, think you are not special. Think that I have to work harder if I want to achieve these things. Never, regardless whether you're built different or not. If you're built different, plus the work ethic, then who knows? Maybe someday you will be a legend. Like Sabrina, like Kobe. Okay. That's why there are very few names that you hear in any sport. All generations talk about them. So I hope you learned some stuff. I know it got intense, but it's a good thing, man, that you're not special. Because that means you're not delusional. You're going to keep putting in the hard work. And you're going to outlast. You're going to you will lose to the special people in the beginning. You will, 100%. Go on, keep grinding, keep grinding. And they stay here. And I believe in you guys. So let's do this. Anyway, so thank you so much. I know it's another long video, but I hope you learned some stuff. Also want to thank all those who keep watching our videos. And I would run into some people and they would say, hey man, I like what. And some aren't even jiu-jitsu guys. I recently ran into one of my friends from San Diego. Oh, two of them, because we had an alumni homecoming a few days ago. One was lower badge and like, hey man, I love watching your videos. And so Danielle, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Though we always beat you and your friends in basketball. See, I'm terrible in basketball. So no, I'm just kidding. Also JC, one of my friends, so my original singer. I ran into him. He's like, hey man, love the videos. Keep it up. So thank you so much. And of course, our regular jiu-jitsu guys who comment. Also, Professor Franco Rulioda, thank you so much for the advice. Hey, I still don't have money to buy, the light and a better mic. unless you want to donate some of your stuff, man. So Professor Franco, brother, thank you so much. And of course, our other friends from, oh, and Norman Goa from Cebu Jiu-Jitsu. He's doing an amazing job there. Man, so many students. Norman, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. Norman has a very interesting question. I don't know if I should say it here, but Norman, yes, maybe I'll make a video regarding your question on how do you talk to people or students that you want to kick out. So, and of course, the others, Dino Estoque, thank you so much for the comment you made in the last video. That makes so much sense. So, yeah, man, thank you. Of course, Julie the cat, great comments as usual. And if Julie was asking other movies that I would suggest, because she just binge watched the Mighty Ducks series. First, with the Mighty Ducks, do not watch the series on Disney. They had not a remake, but a continuation. I think 2 years, 3 years ago. It was a terrible series. So don't waste your. So if you guys want some movie recommendation, just one movie, and it's on Netflix. Billy Madison. Because Billy's the best. Adam Sandler's the best. So again, guys, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you guys on the next video. But before then, remember to stay safe first. And when we're safe, we can have fun, so we can train jiu-jitsu until we are 99. So thank you so much again for watching, and I hope you learned some stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next video.